Ladies, at one time or another, we will have a problem with vaginal freshness. Yes, I said it, vaginal freshness. You know what I'm talking about. When you're just not so fresh down there. You smell it, I smell it, he smells it. Anyway, if you're interested in figuring out how to keep your vagina fresh, smelling fresh, and the foods to avoid, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jamesia Capri, the nurse practitioner extraordinaire. And if you're new to my channel, welcome, 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 guys. Thank you so much for all the love. If you're already subscribed, guys, I am a full-time nurse practitioner and a part-time associate professor online. And here in this channel, I just give you tips on how to stay healthy at home on your own. And also I kind of focus on nurse practitioner students, giving them tips and tricks on how to be just as great as they want to be. And also nurses or anyone in the health field who just need some tips on how to take their game to another level. So hey guys, in this video, I am going to talk to you about vaginal freshness. And this is near and dear to my heart. Now, you guys know I did a video on vaginal health and how to cure a yeast infection at home. But I continue to get questions on vaginal freshness, health, things that you can do at home. And I want to go over that with you. And I know sometimes there are a couple things that, there are a lot of foods that you can eat or consume that show up in your urine and make you smell or make your vagina smell not so good. So I want to talk about avoiding those foods or avoiding interaction with anyone within a time frame when you've consumed these foods. And mainly these foods, you probably have noticed that certain foods cause you to just not smell good. Comes through your pores, comes through your urine, your discharge, and shows up as a vaginal smell. And it's just not, it's not sexy, guys. So we need to make sure that we are using everything that we can to combat that. So first thing I want to talk about, I'm going to go through the foods that you need to avoid to keep your urine and your vagina fresh smelling. And some of these we can't avoid altogether, but consuming a lot of them, a lot of times you want to stay away from. If you know you're going to have an anniversary, or you're going to be out on date night, or you're going to, you know, enjoy your partner or hook up or whatever you're going to do, you kind of want to avoid these because they show up pretty quickly in your urine and in your body, and it's just not, it's not cute, y'all. It's not cute. Anyway, let's start with onions. So onions are very potent. I personally love onions. I love salsa. I love to eat onions. However, onions are a culprit, and they show up in your body and in your urine pretty quickly, and that smell can last for 48 hours. So you want to avoid onions. And the kin to onions, of course, is garlic. So garlic is a little bit more odoriferous than the onions when it comes out in your urine and in your vaginal discharge. So you do want to try to avoid garlic if you're going to be intimate, or if you just don't want that smell coming out of your skin, your sweat, your vagina, and things like that. If you do consume a lot of garlic, because a lot of cultures do cook and consume a lot of garlic, then just know that it's going to stay on board for about 48 hours. All right. And asparagus. Now, asparagus, y'all, listen, first of all, it doesn't even taste good, but some of y'all love it. But asparagus, in 15 minutes, you're going to smell that nasty, really odoriferous smell from asparagus. So it will show up in about 15 minutes, and it takes probably 14 hours to clear your urine. So stay away from asparagus. A lot of these things are cruciferous vegetables, and they produce this odor when it breaks down in your system. Lots of metabolites. So and that's what you're pretty much smelling. Okay. So you want to avoid asparagus. Broccoli does the same thing. Even when you have broccoli cooking, I know you guys smell it when it's cooking. It's like, that does not smell good to eat. Although I do love broccoli too. I got an issue with all these, but I do love broccoli too. But again, if you're trying to keep your vagina fresh and you're trying to, be cute, which I know y'all out there trying to do, you really do want to, keep these at a distance. So that's broccoli, cauliflower as well, and Brussels sprouts, y'all. Now listen, I normally do not like Brussels sprouts, but here lately, I have been on this Brussels sprout kick. And let me tell you, it is funky. It is funky when it comes out. Brussels sprouts, listen, they will stay in your system for at least 48 hours too. So you guys gotta watch those. They give off this methane type smell. It's just not good. Other things like spices like curry shows up in your urine and in your vagina and in your sweat. You'll have this distinct smell from people who are from Arab countries and the islands because they use a lot of curry. Now listen, these things are very, very good for you. But what I'm trying to tell you is if you're trying to, work with, you gotta cut that stuff back, okay? Unless you're just not being intimate with someone or no one's, it doesn't bother you and that's sexy to you and them, then go for it. And coriander does the same thing. So if by chance you find that you really like these things in your diet and you still want to consume them, then the thing that you're gonna have to do that will help flush them from your system quicker are things like citrus fruits, pineapple, strawberries. The main thing that I tell my patients and my clients is that cranberry is my #1 go-to for any type of flushing and freshness of the vagina. Cranberry really, really is the go-to for me and for you. Okay, get you some. Get you some. Get you some. Anyway, cranberry. And another thing that we lose sight of is that if we're not hydrated, the times that we're sleeping or we're not drinking a lot of water, the first thing in the morning we have that very strong urine smell or whatever, that strong smell, that's because we're dehydrated. So you have to stay hydrated. Water is your friend. If you're eating these types of foods, you want to pound the water and then you want to put in a couple glasses of cranberry. If you don't like cranberry juice, then you can do cranberry pills. However, I find that the juice works out so much better, so much better. So those are the things, those are my tips and tricks. Now listen, there's always going to be a smell, but it shouldn't smell like trash or anything like that. And if you find that you have that yeasty, bread, doughy smell, or it smells like trash or fish, then it's not necessarily something you ate. It might be that you have an infection. And that's something that you're gonna need to discuss with your primary care provider, your women's health provider, or someone like that so that they can get you treated for an infection. That's a different type of smell. And we know as ladies, we know when we have something that's just not so right going on down there. And if you think you might have a yeast infection, then check out my video on vaginal health and how to cure a yeast infection at home. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by. This is the end of this video and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bye guys.